Hello, guys and gals and non-binary pals. Welcome to another Magic Arena thing. Um, and I guess, happy day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, whatever you want to call it for America stuff. um, Today we're gonna do some ranked MTG Arena. We're gonna play standard using some of the decks that we built last time. I have changed a little bit of them, I guess. In some regards, I've changed them. I've played a few times since the last stream, just to have more like quest completion stuff happen. Because this the most recent set, Foundations, is the set that like I feel like is best to try to collect a playset of every card. So having 4 of each card at minimum just seems like a good idea, especially for playing standard and for playing on Arena for quite a while. Let me just input my password when you can't actually see it. I didn't think that it would need me to log in. Okay, now let's make it so you can see the game. Haha. I wasn't thinking about that. But yeah, so we're just gonna play some Arena and just hang out for a while. I have no real plans to do much. We'll play some ranked standard using those decks. We'll play some ranked timeless using some of the decks that I have played in the past. For the most part, we're just going to try and complete the daily quest that we have. I'm not too concerned with how easily we can complete all of them or anything like that. If it takes us 2 hours to complete all of them, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine as well. But no matter how we're looking at it, I would like to at least make an attempt to finish the current quests we have. Yeah. Then once we finish the quest, we might play a few rounds of Brawl, or I'll make a new Brawl deck using one of the new cards, and we'll go from there. Haven't really thought through too much as to what we were going to be doing today, but that's fine. I know I had said yesterday, or I had said on Wednesday that I might stream yesterday. I didn't end up getting out of bed, like, pretty much all day. I got out of bed to grab my glasses and then climb right back into bed so that I could read the book and watch shows and things on my phone without having to hurt my eyes. And then the only other time I got out of bed was like 9, maybe 10-ish at night to go make lunch or dinner or breakfast, whatever you want to consider it, because I hadn't eaten all day. So that's how my Thanksgiving went. I did nothing. I genuinely did nothing all day. Yeah. I I did absolutely nothing. I didn't even really read the book that I've been reading. I'm on book 15 of a series. I didn't even really read that. I mostly watched YouTube shorts, to be particular. Okay. Blue or black, red or green, play lands. The lands will just happen the more we play. Blue, black, red, green. Blue, black is my mill decks. So that's relatively easy to accomplish. And then red, green. I've got a few decks that have green in them. We could play Yawgmoth. That's the one that's selected anyways. May as well. This is a black and green deck, so that should encompass most of the green required for the red and green. And then Yawgmoth and a few other cards are black if I have to cast them. Those will count as that other quest. Oh, Polo Loco. The chicken, the Loco chicken. Oh, I think that's what their name translates to. I didn't take Spanish, I took French. I believe pollo is chicken. Because poule is chicken in French. Yeah. For the most part, we're just gonna play until we're bored. No, my earbud case fell. 1, 2. Yeah, that's a decent 7. They're doing fetch land pass. My game is lagging. Okay. I'll play a fetch lane on my own. I would like to get a overgrown tomb. Yes, the Deathrite Shaman. Okay. see. I know I have an Eldritch Evolution, so I can always Prosperous Innkeeper into the Eldritch Evolution to get Yawgmoth out. And I can Court of Calling. X equals 2 would get me Hepatra. Ooh, second Deathrite Shaman. Let's do this to life gain a bit. Because the Psychic Frog is going to be able to fly overhead. I would like to exile your land. Make a green. Play a Gilded Goose. A Gilded Goose. Just in case you want to pump your Psychic Frog and give it flying. Play another Deathrite Shaman. Gain the life past the turn. Okay. I have no response to things that they want to do. Alright. Oh, I guess I do have Court of Calling, so I can respond to what they're doing. But that's not the idea. I'm not going to block because otherwise they'll just pump their creature. Because I can always discard a card to give a 1/1 counter to it. I don't know why that's still showing up. Okay, I had to right click on it again. So I can Court for 1, 2, 3 green and then 3. So if I draw a land, I can Court for 4. I can Eldritch Evolution into Hepatra. One card's in your graveyard and its toughness is equal to the number +1. Okay, so I can Court for 3 using Boseiju to destroy the Boseiju to get the 3rd mana. Court is 4. Get rid of this guy. Mana value of X is 2 plus 2, which is 4. Sure, you have counter magic for it. That's fine. I'll play the Beseiju. Yes, I want to keep that one. And then I'll pass the turn. Okay. You get the mana drain mana. Oh, and the game will crash. Cool. The game just crashed. That's fine. Based on the counter that, I don't know if we were going to win. Because I needed to tutor twice. Yeah, I would have needed to tutor twice, so I don't think I would have been able to win off of that. And because of which spell they targeted to mana drain, I did stop my own life gain effect from being in play, so I don't know if I was going to be capable of winning that. Let's see if it will let me go back into the game. Possibly it will. Is it going to let me jump back into that one, or am I going to have lost it already? Let's see. The last time I went to Friday Night Magic, my friend was willing to let me play this deck, the Yawgmoth deck that he has. So I do at least know how to play this deck. I'm not great at it. I don't know all the combo lines, but I could at least figure this out for the most part. I probably skipped just a full turn. I'm not certain. They thought seized me. Okay. I can cord for 2. I've been attacked a few times. Okay. I have no idea what they would have done. They thought seized away the Shieldred. exile your land. Get a black mana. Sure, you can have your fatal push. Do 1 damage to your face. Why not? Now I can court for 2. For X equals 2. Green, 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 and 2. Do I run a second Bowmasters in here? I can't remember. Oh, I do. Quite a few, actually. Is it better to get Hapatra here, though? No. They're wanting to remove my Bowmaster, so I should try to keep my Bowmaster alive. They're obviously seeing my Bowmaster as a threat. Instant, instant, sorcery, instant, creature, artifact. So if I eat something, it would need to be the sorcery or the creature. Okay. Take 5 damage this way. I will gun down your 1/1. Okay. What are they gonna do now? Another Psychic Frog. I drew a land. I'm not going to attack. I will pass the turn. Deathrite Shaman can exile their sorcery to make Nethergoyf smaller, but also to deal 2 damage to them. Gilded Goose can make a food token to gain me 3 life. Sure. Okay. Nethergoyf is a 4/5 right now. I'll block a Psychic Frog to force them to have to buff it. And I'll block the other Psychic Frog. Okay, you can brainstorm. Sure. I think right now I'm gonna eat their creature instead. Gain some life back. I want to try to eat your bowmasters. Okay, I successfully ate their bowmaster. Is this still a 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Oh, there's another creature. Oh, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4 because of the Gilded Goose. Shifting Woodland into Shieldred. Is that gonna save me? No, it doesn't save me, but it does mean that their Netherglyph is dead. No, I lose, but that's okay. If I had done that up their upkeep, they would have been at 9. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. I think because of that one turn I lost. The one turn I lost because it crashed and forced me to restart the game. I mean, yeah, actually, no, even then I don't think I was gonna make a comeback because I needed a tutor twice to be able to get my combo pieces. So yeah, I don't think I was gonna be able to win that. That's okay. We cast enough spells to try to get through the daily quests. And that's important too. Okay. Alright, we're going to try this again. We're pretty much just playing the ranked mode because the ranked mode is easier to match up with people. Most people aren't playing timeless regular or even standard regular play. There's no real point to not play ranked. Like, even a Mimi fun deck, it's just better to play ranked. 2 ways to find combo pieces. Actually, I think it's better to not play Underground Mortuary first. Well, they just gave me 3 mana next turn. Or the possibility of 3 mana next turn, because now I can eat their land. They've got their own death right. Okay. Now I'll play the Surveil land. Endurance. I think I would like that instead. And then oh, I'm not attacking. I'm not attacking. I press spacebar. Okay. So if they tap the Deathrite Shaman to try to exile that, I can exile it instead using mine. Just to keep them off of mana. Oh, they're 3 colors. I'm gonna exile that land. This is the one you're targeting? I'm gonna target the same land. Mine will resolve first, so your land does not actually exist. I'm gonna make green mana. Why not? Yeah, you can have yours. You don't get the mana. I have nothing I can use the green on, but... Haha, I have a snakeskin veil I can play. Give a creature hexproof and +1/+1 counter. I think it's a counter. Oh, yeah. Ah. You can exile my creature, that's fine. I am purposely going to avoid playing the Wooded Foothills. I'm going to attack. Why not? Put in 1 more points of damage. Let's see what you've got. They're playing a 3-color deck. They're playing a March, which makes me think that they actually have quite a few other white cards. Teferi, play at sorcery speed. I think I will cast the Endurance in response to Teferi. And then I will target them with the put your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Okay, so play sorcery speed, got it. Court of Calling for 3. Eldritch Evolution on the Endurance for 5, which would get me Yawgmoth. Court of Calling would still be X equals 3 right now. Let's just get a basic forest here. Eldritch Evolution, Endurance. No, I think I want to go to combat first. Have Endurance attack Teferi. Just to keep Teferi from being able to bounce something of mine. You're blocking, okay. Okay. So that's Cord for 2. Cord for X is 2. Teferi doesn't let me do this on your turn, so let's do it now. X is 2. Is Hapatra what I want? No, Bowmasters is what I want right now. Because Teferi draws you extra cards. If you bounce something with Teferi, then you get an extra card. Okay. Set. Got it. Not really like I was planning on drawing a bunch of extra cards anyways. They reveal a second Supreme Verdict. Okay. I'm gonna keep the swamp in my hand. Okay. So we're playing against a control deck. It's very obviously a control deck. And I've got Brainstorm now. Okay. Let's see, what am I going to be able to do here? They're doing the Brainstorm trick. Yep, there's the Uro. I guess Agatha should be... eating cards. It only matters when it's a creature card. Sure, you can get rid of my Agathas. Let's do some deck thinning. No point hurting myself further for that. Hapatra. I don't want to Eldritch Evolution Hapatra into Yawgmoth. Not right now, anyways. Yep, there's a 6/6. Okay, there's an Oko. Are you gonna elk my Hapatra? You're gonna elk my Hapatra. Okay. Blood Artist. What do here? Blood Artist and an Eldritch Evolution to sacrifice the Hapatra means I get a Blood Artist trigger, which means that I could destroy the Narset. Oko is just gonna elk my Blood Artist, which is terrible for me. I can get Shieldred. I could get the Bowmasters. If I get Shieldred, Oko just elks it. If I get Bowmasters, Oko just elks it. This is why Oko is just busted. I'm not gonna play the Blood Artist. That just feels like a bad idea. If Uro attacks before Orcish Bowmasters gets elked, they're not elking Bowmaster. Interesting. Pop the Oko for 1. I'm not gonna block. I could channel Boseiju to destroy the food token. Teferi doesn't matter. Should have attacked everything at Oko. Oh, if I had... Oh, I couldn't have flashed that out anyways. Uh-oh. This might not be great. Oko's gonna swap Bowmasters with that. Although if they do that, then I have 6 life, which offsets Uro. Oh, they're actually elking it. Okay. Oh, that's just an elk. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna sacrifice my food to gain life. I am stubbornly going to hang in there. Shoot Oko again. Move to blocks. Block Uro. I am very stubbornly going to hang on to life. Okay. Attack Oko. Sure, you brainstorm. You drew 3 cards. Okay. That's actively not a smart decision there. You should attack with Uro. You draw a card, which makes me have the token. I'm gonna poke the Oko. I'm making it so Oko can't swap a token thing with a Bowmasters. And then when Uro attacks, I have a blocker because Uro draws a card. I love this. This is needlessly stupid and convoluted. I can't combo, but I can certainly stay alive. I'm definitely not gonna be doing the combo of this deck. You should elk this Bowmasters. Okay, you countered it. Sure, what are you snapcastering? You draw a card. I'm gonna poke the Snapcaster this time. You're not hitting me with the Uro. This is stupidly resilient just because of the Bowmasters. Are you gonna exchange control now? No. I'm gonna destroy it instead. Oh, this is stupidly funny to me for some reason. I have been prepared for this Oko to swap with my Bowmasters for forever. There's another Narset. Okay. Sure, what are you gonna find? Another Oko. Okay. Am I staying alive for far too long? Yes. You don't want to deal with 2 Bowmasters? Oh, this is funny. This is really funny to me. This is incredibly funny to me how I've stayed alive this long. Eventually they will run out of counter magic. There are 3 counter spells in the graveyard. Are they going to use the March of Otherworldly Light? If they do, I die. I'm using it. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing. I only have a Seiju. I could destroy one of your non-basic lands. That's it. I was fully reliant on every time they attack, I make a blocker. I am definitely someone who basically will make them have to have it. Like, I'm not going to concede until I know I am beaten. Because as it stood, they showed no way of getting through that until they drew more removal. There was nothing that indicated that they had a way to get through that without a Supreme Verdict. And if I had 2 of them in play, then that would have been funnier. Especially because it lets me, like, if this was a best of 3, it would have let me figure out more of their deck. Delighted Halfling plus Forest is... okay. I'm not going to turn 1 Endurance. Delighted Halfling lets me play an uncounterable Yawgmoth. Yay. My opponent's name is I Will Mill You. I'm very happy to see that they're actually playing Mill. I'll play a Young Wolf. I'm going to attack for 1. And I will pass the turn. Every time I get to sit across from my friend and play Mill versus Yawgmoth, it makes me happy. So I'm very glad that this is the matchup. Oh, seeing the Blood Artist in hand is not good. I will search for an underground tomb. I'll pay some life for it. I'll attempt to move to combat. I will attempt to fetch with the Verdant Catacombs. Go ahead. I'll find a swamp. I've got an uncounterable Yawgmoth now. I've got 19 cards left. If I have to sacrifice the Court of Calling for an endurance, I will. That's fine too. Two Yawgmoths gone and Hapatra. I will attack with the young wolf, and that's it. I can 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can full control. Cast the Endurance with Evoke, exiling an Eldritch Evolution. I was doing this to combo. So I was going to sacrifice the Young Wolf to put a -1/- counter on Endurance to draw a card. Then I would have the Young Wolf come back, so I would have green, green, Delighted Halfling, Young Wolf, and Endurance for 3 green. My 2 black creatures for X = 2. Well, I only needed X = 1 to grab the other Young Wolf to then keep looping through with Young Wolf, sacrificing each other one, putting a -1/- on the one with the +1/+1 counter to get rid of it, to gun them down with Blood Artist, gain draining every time a creature dies. Which negates the fact that I need to pay a life into Yawgmoth. I like this deck. I see why my friend has played it for nearly 2 years. Or for a little over 2 years. When it works, it works. When it just sits there and stalls out, it sits there and stalls out. But it's resilient. That would be turn 1 Young Wolf, turn 2 Prosperous Innkeeper, turn 3 sit there. 1, 2, 3 from the treasure, 4, 5, cord for 2. Or it'd be Eldritch the Prosperous Innkeeper. I don't think that's good enough. This seems worse. But I might keep it just because it's got Bowmasters. Because Bowmasters can at least keep me alive. Bowmasters can get rid of a Darcy, so that's fine. DRC, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Colloquially called Darcy. I'm gonna attack, because if they block, then they block. but Young Wolf is a 2/2 after that, so. I'm gonna fetch now before they get blue for a counterspell. Let's get a forest. Before you get blue for a counterspell. Okay, you can have your flooded strand. They did get blue for counterspell. Although they got the tap land anyways. Okay. They did not want to fight through that. They did not want to fight for that. That's okay. This is solely so that we can get these quests done, and we're not getting these quests done. Oh, is this a good enough hand? It has no ramp. I kept the last one because it had Bowmasters. Okay, so this would be turn 1 Young Wolf, turn 2 Bowmasters. Turn 3 I can chord for 1, 2, 3. Chord for 3 doesn't do anything though. Chord for 1 would get me another Young Wolf. Chord for 2 would get me another Bowmasters. I'll keep it. I'll see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's shock this in. They're playing red, which makes me think immediately they could be a burn deck, but we won't know. They're playing a 200... Okay, this is going to be a win. I can pretty much guarantee that this is going to be a win now. If playing 200 cards is not how you win a game. If you want to win a game, you don't play 200 cards. I'm gonna play the Bowmasters now. Let's just poke down their goblin. Remove their blocker. Eldritch Evolution. Okay. That's 3 mana to get rid of the Bowmasters to get a Yawgmoth. Although I have Yawgmoth in hand. This is green, green, green. 1, 2, 3 for chord. I'm going to attack, which cuts down on I can't chord. Eldritch Evolution, the Bowmasters into a Sheoldred. White creature spells. White creature spells cost less? Red, everything. I'm confused. I'm very confused. So now I've got green, green, green. I can cord for 4. I can get another Yawgmoth. Not when I do that, but... What is my opponent wanting to do? What is Randy Randleman wanting to do with his 200 card deck? Okay, they have a 1/1. If you attack, you get a 1/1. I don't even need to attack. I can cord for 1, 2, 3. That's green. 1, 2. Sure, keep Shieldred available to attack or block. Get a Blood Artist. Present a combo. Target that creature, sacrificing this creature. Blood Artist sees the creature die. I draw a card, Shieldred gains me 2 life. I drew another Yawgmoth. Okay. Your creature's dead, which pokes you for 1. Put a -1/-1 here. Yes, I'm sure I want to target it. Sacrifice this one. Do this loop. Gain 3 life. Well, gain 2 life. Lose 1. Gain 3, lose 1. That's what'll happen. Gain 3, lose 1. I don't think I kept a good hand there, so the fact that my opponent was playing 200 cards is the only reason I kept the hand. Okay, so I cast all the green spells. I need 7 more black spells, and I need to play 4 lands. That's about all I'm trying to do. I mean, technically that's all I'm trying to do, but... This isn't even the best version of a Yawgmoth deck I could probably have on Arena now that other sets have come out since when I built this one. I'm probably missing some cards that would make this better. I'm also not playing best of 3. I don't know what makes people think that 200 plus cards is going to be a good idea. It just skews how frequently you can get what you need when you need it. Like, and if you're running 20, 30 plus tutor effects to go get what you need all the time, you don't need 200 cards for that. Yogg, Shieldred, Orcish. No ramp, fully reliant on Orcish Bowmasters. They are actually playing a 60 card deck. I'm gonna mulligan. Cord, Eldritch, Bowmasters. I'd probably bottom the Eldritch here. But again, there's no ramp. I nearly clicked the keep instead of mulligan. Let's go to 5. This is better, but it has nothing to get a Yawgmoth quickly. It's got an uncounterable Shieldred. And it's got a bunch of ramp. Assuming they play a land. Agatha's gives everything stuff. I think this is better than a 4. Let's keep Gilded Goose in case. Let's put Death Red on the bottom because that's fully reliant on them. Agatha's on the bottom. Because this is at least a turn 3 Shieldred. There's the Yawgmoth. Okay. I wish I could undo trying to play this. As soon as I played it, I was like, oh, that's a bad idea. Showing them that I'm playing 2 colors. Yeah. They dashed a Ragavan. I stole my Prosperous Innkeeper. Oh no, one of my only life gain things. Uh-oh. I don't know why I no hesitation shocked that in. I shouldn't have done that. Especially against what seems like a burn deck. A white-green? Oh, Boros. Okay. Static Discharge? Deals damage equal to its intensity to any target. Then cards you own named Static Discharge intensify by 1. I hate arena-only cards for this reason. I've never seen this. My idea and my plan for getting a turn 3 Shieldred out the window completely. But it's okay. I don't want to deck thin until after the Ragavan hits. Just so that there's a good chance that they get a land. Okay, they didn't. That's fine. So their next Static Discharge can deal 4 damage. Okay. It's the only reason I don't like arena cards. I wasn't paying attention to what phase we were in. That was stupid. I wanted to gain 3 life and get my underground mortuary. So I could surveil to know what I was gonna get. What do I think is the most threatening to them? Let's go with Shieldred because it's life gain. Because they're a burn deck, they're gonna care about Shieldred. Plus, if they have another Static Discharge, the Static Discharge does 4, which would get rid of Yawgmoth, but it doesn't get rid of player or planeswalker. If they have a lightning bolt against the Shieldred, fine. I need to value my life total a bit more right now. Because Yawgmoth currently is not going to be able to win just by itself. Okay. They did have a way to stop it, but that's fine. I am not playing this well. I can cord for 2. I can and will cord for 2. I'm going to get a Bowmaster. I'm going to Ragavan. I know that's bad for me for the Dragon's Rage. What's this Phoenix do? Can't block whenever instant or sorcery spell deals damage to an opponent or battle. Pay red, okay. Now I can cord for 4. Play Yawgmoth. I can't cord for 2 at that point. I'm not going to attack because there's no point. I will sacrifice the token to draw a card and put a --/- counter on the Dragon's Rage. If I need to. I can surveil. I don't like that, but they can do it. They deal 5. If only Yawgmoth didn't cost my only 2 black sources and I had actually been able to get my Underground Mortuary, I could have proliferated those and survived. Or no, his proliferate is black. Right? Is it black to proliferate or is it black to proliferate? I think it's just 1. I don't play Yawgmoth enough to think that through in my head. Oh. Turn 2 Hepatra. They're going first, I'm drawing a card. Agatha's does nothing in this hand. I finished my drink. The artwork is missing. That's what that means. Black. So they're playing 3 colors? Interesting. I like that the Stomping Ground art hasn't loaded in. White? What? They're playing a 4-color deck? I have not figured out what my opponent's next move is at any step of the way. And there's blue. I'm playing a 5-color deck. Somewhat. Okay. Gains double strike. What the heck is my opponent doing? It's a -2 to deal the damage. I'm gonna attack Summit so that they can't -2. I'm very confused. My opponent is playing 5-color odd planeswalker. I'm gonna get the mortuary. I do not need a second one of those. Boseiju to destroy the Zeotora's proving ground to get rid of their only access to white. Or Shieldred. I should have played the Wooded Foothills to get the forest. So the Verdant Catacombs. And for that, I will get the Overgrown Tomb instead. It might be better to get rid of their white source first. Yep. Hey, I got 4 life out of it. Let's keep Summit away from being able to defeat the young wolf. As soon as I finished casting my spell, I went, oh, this is probably a bad idea. I'm glad they did that, because now I can Boseiju away both of those. What is this Planeswalker deck? Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw, then discard, create a 2/2. Becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. I am so very much confused. Get rid of Zeotora. Okay. You lose a bunch of what you've enchanted there. Do you have another Triome that gets you the colors you wanted? You got a Breeding Pool instead. Okay. Yeah, I'll just play the Deathrite. Let's still go after Summit. If they block with that, the young wolf becomes a 2/2, which makes Summit harder to destroy my creature. I'm very confused by what I'm playing against. I am very confused by what my opponent is playing. I'll get a basic. I drew a basic. I'm going to attack Jace. If they block, I activate Agatha's. Okay. Exiling my own Deathrite Shaman. To put a 1/1 counter on my Young Wolf. To make it a 3/3. I'm not going to play the land. I'm going to keep 2 cards in hand. Okay, there's another Utopia Sprawl on the same land. So I've got white, black, and then this can tap for green or red. Flash out an Endurance. I'm going to submit nothing. If they potentially have a way to go through their deck. Endurance, attack Jace, Young Wolf, attack face. They're still hurting themselves over and over. Are they looking for a Supreme Verdict? Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Okay. You're gonna try and deal 3 damage to Young Wolf? No, okay. You got rid of your own... that's funny. Just to remove my stuff, you got rid of your own. If they attack with that 2/2, I do the exact same thing of putting a counter on the Delighted Halfling. I can't save my Delighted Halfling with an Agatha's that way. Okay. If I keep playing creatures that just die. They're not attacking. I'm going to exile some. Play that. Ugin the Spirit Dragon is going to draw them 7 cards. And gain them 7 life. Unless they're greedy here. I would not be surprised if they're going to play the greedy option. What are you tutoring for? I don't understand what my opponent is doing. Oh, I guess you tutor for a permanent that you know you want to put into play. Then activate Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Okay. Doubling season? You didn't put 7 permanents into play. There's 7 permanents where 2 fetch lands, a Deathrite Shaman, a Samut, and a doubling season. 2 creature and or planeswalker cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. I have no idea what my opponent's deck is supposed to be doing. I'm gonna eat your Ugin the Spirit Dragon. What? I was looking at my graveyard and library to figure out what I could still Eldritch Evolution into. I don't know what I just played against. I don't know what I just played against, and I don't know why they gave up. I don't know what that match was. I don't know what just happened. I have no idea what just happened in the game. What? I'm so confused. What happened? I don't understand. Why did they give up? They had a 2/2 that they weren't attacking with for the most part, which I realized was to protect their planeswalkers, but for the most part I didn't have creatures. They kept getting rid of them. I don't know what they were expecting. Whether I was just like, if they think that I was holding a combo in my hand and was just going to play it all on the same turn. Maybe that's what they were afraid of. Turn 1, turn 2. That means 1, 2, 3. That'd be X equals 1. Their companion is Luris. I'm going first. I'm going to mulligan this. This is substantially worse. Oy. That's even worse. Put that below. Put that below. So I can tutor for him. Maybe keep Yawgmoth and put Endurance below. We'll take the slow route. That's 4 mana. It's guaranteed 4 mana for Yawgmoth, but I need something faster. Oy vey. That's the Yawgmoth turn 3. If they attack with... they did not attack with Ocelot Pride. Okay. Uncounterable Yawgmoth. Also, it is black, discard a card to proliferate. I'm not going to attack because they have the first striker. And I don't want a Johnny to flip. Control red permanent other than... Oh, you need a red permanent other than him to deal the damage. Okay, I can just deal with the Johnny. Figured there was another Ocelot Pride. You don't have Ascend though, so that's fine. You don't have the City's Blessing, I should say. Let's add black mana. If I get rid of Young Wolf first, I can only still get rid of one other creature of theirs. Okay. That's a lot of lands. If I had gotten rid of Young Wolf first, I would have been able to draw a second card. Crud. Black, proliferate. Why can't I use that? Only to cast a legendary spell. Oh. I would like to just proliferate my creature. Attack a Johnny. Get rid of both of their creatures. Make it so the Cat Warrior's taking 2. Okay. I want the Cat Warrior to take 2 so that if they do have an effect that brings it back or anything like that, then it's going to die. I'm going to get the other Overgrown Tomb. I'm not going to shock. Oh. If I had done it the other way last turn, I could have drawn the Hepetra. Well, no, I would have had to fetch first. Which shuffles it, which means the Hepetra wouldn't have existed at the time. Never mind. I don't have to think about it. I did not misplay. I did misplay. not in the worst way. Yeah, I don't want their cats to get bigger. You're gonna block. You're gonna double block. Do I care? I mean, yeah, I want Yawgmoth to live, but I don't want to sacrifice Hapatra. Okay. Chthonian Nightmare. Okay. Sacrifice that to bring... Oh, sacrifice the Bowmasters to bring back Ocelot Pride. Interesting. Let's do some deck thinning. I don't want to attack with Hapatra. Because then they'll just get rid of Hapatra. Part of the cost is sack a creature. I'm doing this correctly. Cast Endurance. Put your graveyard on the bottom. You don't get a creature back. Eldritch the Endurance into a Yawgmoth. Eldritch the Hapatra into a Yawgmoth. Eldritch one of these. Is it Hapatra has to hit? Hapatra has to hit. You want to keep a Johnny around, or you want me to not have a token? You want to keep a Johnny around. No, you want to keep... You don't want me to have a token. Okay. I will take that. I'm okay with that. It's not great for me, but I'll take it. The Nightmare, if they get a creature, can just bring back the Ajani. Lurrus can just cast the Ajani back as well. They are a red deck. Oh. Oh. Blood Artist Eldritch into... Eldritch into Sheoldred. Does that really do anything for me? If I play the Blood Artist first, I get a damage trigger off the Eldritch. I'm just gonna do nothing. So they are playing Mardu. 3 colors, white, black, red. They just haven't been able to play any red because they've never drawn a land for it. Oh. I just draw the Shieldred. I'll take that. I've really only got lands and creatures in here. Wow, I still don't have enough for that. I'm making them spend their energy, and I'm okay with that. It's not great for me, but forcing them to have their energy spent means that they can't do big stuff with their energy. Okay. Now they've got a Johnny back. This doesn't cost mana to do. So now they've got a Ragavan back. Yep. Cord for 2. I can get my own Bowmasters. Oy, this not go very well. Uh-oh. Methinks I's in trouble. Why would you cast it? Just leave that in exile. It does nothing for you. No, I don't want to do anything like that. That's 6 damage. Jeez. Ouch. Okay. I'm gonna poke their Bowmaster so that they can't poke me with theirs. And then they still destroy me. And you don't even have to do that. That's just rubbing salt in the wound. Thank you, dude. What could I have done better there? I mean, my opening hand was not that great. Maybe I should have mulliganed more. Maybe I should have ignored their Planeswalker and just started going face. Or I should have sacrificed a Patra instead of trying to think that I could play through it that way. Yeah, maybe that's what I needed to do. Stop thinking about keeping Hapatra alive. Just focus on the fact that what I could do in that situation was hold cards in my hand. Hold cards in my hand to make them think that I was just building a combo in my hand. Okay. We're going over here. Ooh. It's the anime card styles. I want to look. Oh, no, it's just an anime card style and the fun doubling season of geese. Darn. I was hoping it was more of them because some of them I actually play. Nadu, you've been banned. This does look fun though. Like this, I like this art style. It's 80% off. I can only get 2 packs anyways. Why not? I like anime. Anime art style is cool to me. Sure. I only had 2,800 coins. Anyways, I was going to say dollars. I do not have dollars. I have the in-game coins. This is the 10th pack, which gets me a golden pack. Cool. Yay. Profiting. And then I got another Foundations pack just from playing. Let's open all 3 at once. I know I can skip to the end, but this is more fun. Yay, we got the mill card. Sylvan Scavenging. At the beginning of the end step, choose 1, put a 1 in counter, or create a 3/3, but only if you have a power 4 or greater. Oh, this is the Phoenix that, no, this is a different Phoenix. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, pay red, return it to the graveyard to the battlefield. And then Consuming Aberration is a mill card. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards until they reveal land and mills them. And its power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. I like Consuming Aberration. And nothing else over here strikes me as great or not. This one's good in an instant and sorcery deck, but that's about it. Now we open the golden pack after getting new stuff, so that hopefully we can get newer things. Drakuseth, Crystal Barricade, War Leader's Call, Geralf the Flesh Right. What? Whenever you cast a spell during your turn, other than your first spell that turn, create a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Whenever a zombie you control enters, put a 1 counter for each other zombie that enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Huh. This also feels like a cheap cast a bunch of spells type commander. Interesting. Okay, well there's nothing stopping us from playing anything else. So, or there's no achievement, not achievements, no extra quests that we need to do. If it will let me load, I will swap to a Brawl deck. If it'll load. Yeah. Trying to hold in a sneeze. Just, yeah. Okay. It might be crashing. If it's crashing, that's fine. We'll just end here. Application's not responding. Yeah, okay. Well then, that's fine. I didn't want to play Brawl that much anyways. Okay, that's fine. It's about 2 hours of playing anyways, so that's okay. Not the best way to end, but hey, ending on a loss is not terrible. I'd rather end on a loss than just keep playing until I win, because you never know if that'll be 5 minutes, if that'll be 3 hours. But that's fine. Um, yeah. Well, we'll call it there. That's okay. Um, tomorrow is playing Gemcraft. I don't know why I spaced on the. I know why I spaced on the name because I was gonna probably say Chasing Shadows. We're playing Frostborn Wrath. I realized why I couldn't remember the game name because I wanted to say Chasing Shadows and I knew that was wrong. Okay, yeah, tomorrow we're going to be playing Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath. Normally I would play that on Friday, but because I had a few more days off this week because of Thanksgiving, we pushed it to Saturday so that more people can watch it because that's when I used to play Gemcraft all the time. And it just makes more sense to try to play a game when more people can watch and help out when I start struggling, because that's what we used to do. I believe that is everything that I can think to say right now. I'll post next week's schedule probably on Monday. To be honest, I haven't been very good at trying to do it on Sunday night. I have a lot more time this Sunday, so maybe it will actually happen Sunday night. But for sure, at least Monday morning my time. The latest it'll be is close to 1 p.m. CST that I'll post it. If I am streaming on Monday, I haven't thought about that yet. If I am, it will still be like the 9:30 at night time anyways. So from whenever I post it, at minimum you'll have 8 to 8.5 hours to see it. So I'm not too worried that way. But hope to see you guys tomorrow for Gemcraft. Thanks for sticking around with Arena. I was kind of figuring that I would be swapping between decks, but the daily quests that I had all kind of lined up pretty well for playing one deck, so I'm at least okay with having tried to figure out how to play that deck better. I know I am not that great at Magic. I am still learning. I've played this game for 10 years and I'm still learning. So I have slowly gotten better and better as time progresses. When I started playing, I was an aggro player who hates the combat step. Combat is my least favorite mechanic in the game, and that's the most prevalent mechanic in the game. But I've slowly learned how to be more of a control player, more of a mill player. Now I'm getting more into, oh, this is how a combo deck works. And I'm learning how to mulligan and what is a keepable hand versus what's actually good. Like, what's a good hand look like? What's a bad hand look like? How do I figure out what's the difference? So I'm still learning. It's been 10, maybe 11 or 12 years now. It's been quite a few years, but I'm still learning how to play this game. So thank you for bearing with me on playing today. That is all of my rambling for today that I can think of. So I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, a good morning, a good evening, and a good afternoon, and a good time zone wherever you are. And peace out.